So, I've been catching up on a little bit of news, and I mean, these issues are still all over the place. Chappelle being canceled, and even more importantly, the situation with Kyrie Irving, right? There's people talking a lot of trash about him, you know. Um, I think the worst one I heard was Howard Stern. Called him stupid, saying he's really putting his money where his mouth is and, letting go of all this money. First and foremost, man, it's a game. It's a game. It's entertainment. If he don't want to run up and down dribbling the fucking ball because they trying to get him to do something to his body that he don't want done, that's his choice. Howard Stern, you could eat several dicks. Like, that's none of your business. It's none of your concern why he don't want to take it. Talking about, oh, he's a flat earther. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, so what? He don't want to take it. He don't want to take it. That's it. He don't want to, it doesn't matter how much money he's being paid. And he already said that he's not anti-vaccine. It's just that this one is new. There haven't been long-term studies done. He don't want something to, go wrong with him. God forbid, years down the road, you find out, oh, well, it was because of this. And what is he supposed to do then? Is Howard Stern going to come out of pocket to pay him for whatever damages it caused? Nah, he's just another fucking talking head on radio. Like, dude, you look like a fucking coked out hippie stuck in bad 70s or 60s sitcom. Like, who are you to judge anybody, first and foremost? Know what I'm saying? You're degenerate. So where do you even get off talking about anybody? Like, how much research have you done? Probably none. Do you ever notice it's like just like a bunch of dudes in basketball, black athletes, and they're like, yo, I don't want to take it because, like, because you're a professional athlete, you're not supposed to have an opinion. This is the same, oh, just dribble the ball mentality. Like, you're an entertainer, so entertain. Don't think, just do. I thought slavery was over, though. Or is it? I mean, I might be wrong. Maybe they're called owners for a reason. Who the fuck knows, right? But it's interesting that nobody will ever take that tone when white folks decide, listen, I'm not taking it. You take it if you want to, but you do you. Let me show you a classic example. I was looking up this story online. Mind you, you can't hardly find the part I'm about to show you. You're not gonna find it. You gotta really search diligently for it.
When it comes to actions taken to address the COVID-19 threat, hindsight is still very much underway. For your consideration, a story and outcome you probably aren't hearing much about anywhere else. It takes place in the heart of Amish country. Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Thousands of families lead lives largely separate from modern America. The Amish are a Christian group that emphasizes the virtuous over the superficial. They don't usually drive, use electricity, or have TVs. And during the COVID-19 outbreak, they became subjects in a massive social and medical experiment. So it's safe to say there was a whole different approach here in this community when coronavirus broke out than many other places.
Absolutely.
Calvin Lapp is Amish Mennonite.
There's three things the Amish don't like.
and that's government. They won't get involved in the government. They don't like the public education system. They won't send their children to education.
What's that?
And they also don't like the health system.
You can't do nothing about
those are
it.
three things that we feel like we're fighting against all the time.
Well, y'all can't do nothing about this white dude when he says, listen, I ain't doing it. I don't trust y'all.
After a short shutdown last year, the Amish chose a unique path that led to COVID-19 tearing through at warp speed. It began with an important religious holiday in May. When they take communion, they dump their wine into a cup, and they take turns to drink out of that cup. So you go the whole way down the line, and everybody drinks out of that cup. So if one person has coronavirus, the rest of the church is going to get coronavirus. First time they went back to church, everybody got coronavirus. Lapp says they weren't denying coronavirus. They were facing it head on. It's a worse thing to quit working than dying. But to shut down and say that we can't go to church, we can't get together with family, we can't see our old people in the hospital, we got to quit working. You're working, it's going completely against everything that we believe. And you're changing our culture completely to try to act like they wanted us to act last year.
So, in other words, if you want to be part of the go along, get along gang, that's you. You want to follow? Go ahead, follow.
Culture and Mennonite himself. He's studying Amish news publications to analyze community-wide trends. So are you saying as of about May of 2020, things kind of went back to normal in the Amish community?
Yeah, it's kind of by the middle of May, it's sort of like back to a typical behavior again.
From May last year.
Avoiding hospitals.
I know of some cases in which Amish people refused to go to the hospital, even when they were very sick, because if they went there, they wouldn't be able to have visitors. And it was more important to be sick, even very sick, at home, and have the ability to have some people around you than to go to the hospital and be isolated.
Then last March, remarkable news. The Lancaster County Amish were reported to be the first community to achieve herd immunity, meaning a large part of the population had been infected with COVID-19 and become immune. Some outsiders are skeptical, and solid proof is hard to come by.
This is without
even those who
a vaccine.
Believed that they had COVID tended not to get tested. Their approach tended to be, I'm sick, I know I'm sick, I don't have to have someone else tell me I'm sick. Or a concern that if they got a positive test, they would then be asked to really dramatically limit what they were doing in a way that might be uncomfortable for them. So we don't have that testing number.
We didn't want the numbers to go up because then they would shut things more. What's the advantage of getting a test? One thing's clear, there's no evidence of any more deaths among the Amish than in places that shut down tight. Some claim there were fewer here. That's without masking, staying at home, or another important measure. Did most of the community, at least the adults, get the COVID-19 vaccine?
Again, we don't have data on that, but I think it's pretty clear that in percentage terms, relatively few did.
Well, we're glad all the English people got their COVID vaccines. That's great, because now we don't have to wear a mask. We can do what we want. So good for you. Thank you. We appreciate it. No, we're not getting it. Of course not. We all got the COVID.
You heard what he said? That's what it's supposed to be. What it really comes down to. It's your choice. It's supposed to be your choice. You want to get it, good for you, whatever. I have friends that have gotten it. I have family that has gotten it. You know what I mean? But as I said, I support everybody's choice. Obviously, I wouldn't want people to take it and then, down the road, they have an issue which can't be, you can't find the root of it, and you're thinking, well, who knows? That could be it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it has not been around long enough to say, yeah, well, this thing been around 15, 20 years. Yeah, we're absolutely certain risks are minimal. That's not the case. Let people make an informed decision on their own and let that be the end of it.